It was the biggest event of the day in Scottish club rugby. Gala at the top of the table against Melrose in second, and a crowd of around 1,400 came to enjoy the rugby in the sunshine. Inside the first 15 minutes it was all square. 2 penalties from Melrose centre Joe Helps and a couple from his opposite number, Ewan Scott. Melrose youngster Blair Hutchison had a very good game, causing Gala plenty of problems early in the first period with a couple of impressive bursts. But the first try of the game came on 32 minutes, Melrose getting right up to the Gala line, and then hooker Todd Pearce on his debut, picking up and darting over for the score. No problems with the conversion from Joe Helps, and the Black and Yellows looked as if they'd score a second when Alan Dodds took the ball, but he pinged his hamstring and Gala got back to cover. Melrose were gunning for another 5-pointer, and this move should have resulted in another try, but the pass from James Head to Austin Lockington didn't go to hand, and it was 16-6 at the break. We didn't have long to wait for a try. Just 5 minutes into the second period, and a break by Ewan Scott put Graham Spears away in the corner. Scott converted from the touchline, and the 10-point gap was cut to 3. But that cushion was restored within a minute when Head took the ball at the line-out and his pack did the rest. Grant Runciman coming up with the ball for his first try of the season. Scott kicked a third penalty, and Gala were beginning to get the upper hand up front. Their pack disrupted Melrose several times. They looked as if they'd won another scrum against the Head on 60 minutes, but George Graham was called back by referee Peter Allen. Gala had another chance soon after when Callum McIntosh and Ewan Dodds jointly charged down Bruce Colvin's clearance. But Peter Palapoy got hold of the loose ball and with the help of Rory Sutherland drove over the line for the touchdown. There was another tricky conversion, but Ewan Scott kicked the extras to make it all square. Deep into stoppage time, Gala conceded a penalty, Palapoy penalised for not releasing. It was left to Joe Helps to try and kick the 55-metre penalty, and as he's done so many times this season, he nailed it to put Melrose back in front. It wasn't quite over though. Gala got themselves right up to the Melrose try line, but couldn't get the ball down. Time was up and Melrose were back at the top of the table and recorded their first win against Gala at the Greenyards for over 5 years.
I don't think we played rugby in the first half. I think the game was lost in the first half, if I'm being honest with you. I think we never completed any sort of a gameplay. We hardly had the ball, and every time we did have it, we were making silly errors. And all credit to Melrose, I thought they played very well. They scored 2 good tries, and they deserved the win, I think. But we had opportunities that we just never, converted. I think it'll be interesting when I cut up the game to see how many unenforced errors that we had, how many times we turned the ball over. The line-out didn't function today, which was a cause for concern because we had a lot of things that we base off our set piece, but it never worked. Scrum worked well in the second half, but as I reiterate, you can't win a game of rugby when you play for 40 minutes, and unfortunately that's what's happening, and it's been a thing that's happened in the past few games. But Melrose they're not at the top of the league for nothing.
And nothing was ever going to be decided on today. I still, it's just a win. It's local bragging rights. It gets us back in the mix. We're only one loss from 5 as well. We were really disappointed last week, and we took a bit of a dent in our confidence. So it was good to come out and bounce back.
I've just had a go at the boys there. That in these areas of the field, when you make a mistake, the game's over. So what's needed is composure, not that panic that we have to run over and try and dive over the breakdown to score a try. It's composure. We already scored a try by just having a bit of composure before that. And that's the problem, is that we never had that, and we're no thinking of where we are in the field and thinking of our actions when we get close to their line, and that's it's killing us right now.
Well, there's plenty of time to sort things out. It's a very tight league, obviously, George. Yeah,
but that's the thing, is that it could have been a lot less tighter if we'd have won today and we go 5 points clear of everybody, and that's what's the galling thing for me, is that we potentially could have, as you said, nicked that at the end. Would have been that fair? I don't know, but fair doesn't really come into it. It's about winning and losing, and I think we had opportunities to win it today and we never took them, which is the frustrating thing for me.
Great, advert, and what a fantastic support from everybody that took the time to come down there. Just an excellent occasion all round.